by taking on more risk. Think about it. If you're on the interstate and all of a sudden you feel like, hey, I think I can take on more risk. Are you going to drive faster or slower? You're going to drive faster. Same thing in your business. By taking on more risk, you're able to grow the company faster. I'm not suggesting you take on more debt. I'm just suggesting that if you're willing to take on more debt, theoretically, you're able to grow your company faster. Okay? That's scenario B. Let's do one more example. Let's do scenario C. Now we're going to change the net profit percentage. Let's use 20% net profit. So A is going to be 20% for scenario C. We're going to go back to 50% debt and 50% equity. B is 50%, C is 50. And we're going to stay at 90% variable asset percent. So D will be 90%. Net profit is 20%, debt is 50, equity is 50, variable asset percent 90%. So before you calculate this, what have we done? We doubled our net profit percentage. We're thinking we're going to be twice as profitable. Is that going to allow us to grow faster or slower? Anybody? If we're able to double our profit, are we going to grow faster or slower?
Faster.
Faster. You're right. That's correct. Why faster?
It's some form of self-financing the growth.
Exactly. More profit means more cash. More cash means we can grow the company faster. All right. So do the calculation, run the math, and then if you would chat, let me know what your answer is. See
What were those numbers again?
20% net profit, 50% debt, 50% equity, 10% variable asset percentage. Diamala has come up with a correct answer. See if you get the same answer. Amy got the right answer. Very nice. Drew got the right answer. Beautiful. You should get 80%, right? B divided by C is 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 times 0.2 is 0.4. 0.9 minus 0.4 is 0.5. That's step 4. And then step 5, 40% divided by 50% equals 80%. So just as we thought, if we're able to double our profitability, we're able to grow our business much faster. We don't have to, but we're able to grow our business much faster. So what we've identified here are the 3 drivers of growth, the 3 factors that determine how fast we can grow our business. The first driver is profitability. The more profitable we are, the faster we can grow our business. The second determinant of growth and growth rate is our balance sheet, how much debt we have versus equity. And the third determinant of our business growth is what percentage of our assets on our balance sheet are variable versus non-variable. So let me ask you a question here. Luis, are you there?
Would you actually repeat that, please?
Sure. So the 3 drivers, the 3 things that determine how fast we can grow our business is number 1, how profitable are we, our net profit percentage. Secondly, is how we are financing our business, debt versus equity, and more debt allows us to grow the company faster versus equity. And the third determinant of how fast we grow our business is the relationship on our balance sheet of variable assets to non-variable assets. So Luis, I'm back to you. We didn't do an example around variable assets, but if instead of 90%, if our variable asset percentage was 95%, what impact would that have on our growth? If variable asset percentage goes up, what happens to our growth rate?
It goes down. Variable
Very nice.
assets are an anchor.
Yeah.
Assets are an anchor.
Yeah. our variable asset, if our variable asset percentage goes up, our growth rate would go down. And the reason for that is if right now for every dollar of growth, we need 90 cents of assets, if that changes to 95, that means that we have to invest more of our money in assets as we grow. And that more becomes a drag on our growth rate. It prevents us from growing faster. And you can work the math to see how that works, but just understand there's an inverse relationship between our sustainable growth rate and our variable asset percentage.